Hello everybody, it's Renari. Welcome back to my channel, and we are going to be exploring more BTS today. In my last video for BTS, I did the Wings short films, all 1 through 7, and I didn't get much of the songs, of course, because they were just short films. The songs were in there every once in a while, but not always. So today, it's going to be a little bit of a longer video. I'm going to explore all of the songs from that era, from those trailers. And I'm just going to go over the dulcet Bangtan lyrics first, and give my commentary on that, and then go through it with the lyric video. So if you are new to my channel, or if you're watching my videos and you haven't subscribed, please subscribe down below. It's that easy. Just hit the button, hit the notification bell if you want to catch my videos at 9 a.m. every day and bonus videos many times throughout the week. And I appreciate every single one of you so much. So much. Okay, so Dulcet Bangtan first. Jungkook's solo track Begin is about how he came to Seoul and met BTS members, what he felt and thought in the process, and how he's changed into who he is now thanks to the members. So I've heard before that it's about his older Hyungs. He asked RM to write the lyrics for him. RM recalled what Jungkook said when BTS members were talking about individual hardships. Jungkook said, crying, "There was nothing that is difficult for me. I came in at a young age, signed the contract without knowing anything, sang and danced because that's what I wanted. What pains me is the members being in pain." I love that. I've also heard him say things like that too on different Korean variety shows. And the lyrics seem to say exactly that. It's wanting to take on their pain and struggles so that they don't have to bear that, because he feels like he has had it so easy. And it's actually really interesting to me that this song is about that specifically. And then we have My Time, which is about essentially that it's so easy, but because it's so easy, it becomes hard for him because he's not living the normal life that he may have thought that he was going to have, or do things that he sees other people doing. Let's get into Begin. Hopefully the lyrics on the color coded are pretty much right. Ooh. Ooh. Okay, I've only ever heard the chorus of the song. I didn't realize it was so smooth, like an R&B feel, and then that bass drops. That's so good. Oh my god, it's like overpowering in my headphones. Oh my gosh. I've only ever heard this part, the "You Make Me Begin Again." This is not what I expected from the song at all. That's such a different vibe. These are the kind of things that I'm so glad I didn't check out before I did this channel, because I checked out so much of BTS. I know so many BTS songs in and out. There's just some that I just somehow missed. And I missed this one because I knew it was part of the storyline. But this is an incredible song. And the lyrics are very clear and direct about what he's feeling, and I love that. You make me begin. Did you hear that? Do you hear that? But the lower, there's somebody else singing in the background with that, the "You Make Me," and they're going really low. I wonder if that's RM, because that's not JK. Or maybe it's an effect under there. I don't know. His voice, like we already know his voice is so good. Oh, this might be one of my favorite songs. Oh, so good. It's definitely up there with my time for his solos. Might be better. I don't know. They're so good. I love this. I saw this when I was doing the dulcet lyrics. He starts with smile with me, and then he says cry with me, cry with me. He just wants his members to be happy. He just wants them to feel what he's feeling, which is happy. And then when they are feeling sad, he just wants to take that on. And if they're going to cry, then cry with me. I'm going to cry with you. And I love that. And I love when they change the lyrics like that, when they give you an initial phrase in the chorus and then they change it as choruses go on. They do that in Louder Than Bombs. They do that in one of the songs on B. I don't remember if it was Blue or Gray or not, but one of the songs on B, they do that as well. I love that. That's probably one of my favorite things about BTS lyrics is how they change some of those lines, and it's so unexpected and it just drives in the meaning that they're trying to portray. Oh, that drum or bass? Oh, so I don't know sadness well, but I'll cry anyways because you made me. He owes that to them, is what he feels. Fly with me. That falsetto. That was an incredible song. I'm so impressed by RM and the vocals and the production. Okay, so Jimin's solo Lie, it says, it's about the inner conflict occurring from the attempt of escaping lies and temptation. Jimin himself wrote the lyrics based on his own past. He used to blame himself for his shortfallings and accompanied himself with thoughts like, I'm not good enough, I'm bad. Which we know. We know he's very hard on himself. I didn't realize he wrote the lyrics himself, which is amazing. And of course, this goes into Blood, Sweat, and Tears with Temptation. So from what I can gather from the lyrics, he's obviously caught in a lie. He's caught in this temptation, this lies. It's not making him feel good. It's making him very sad. And he just wants to get out, but it just keeps surrounding him. This is the song that I probably know. This is the song that I know the most from the Wings era. I listen to Lie all the time. It's one of my favorite BTS songs ever, purely because of the ooh, ah, make it stop. I love it. I love it. It's so dramatic. It's so opera, musical. So good. And his performance of it is so good. Don't be like a prey, smooth like a snake. And the lyrics, this is why I'm watching the lyric video, just to make sure I catch all the lyrics instead of a performance, even though I know the song. Please save me. And we have in the short films the lyrics that were very similar to Save Me. And we know Jimin is one of the pivotal parts in that song. He has two of the main choruses, so. Even if I tried to run, I've fallen into a lie. I'm cutting that out. Oh my god, I am so off key. Please find the me who is innocent. It's so interesting in the lyrics, saying that he used to be innocent before all of this happens. He's being punished, he's being trapped, and he just wants to escape. Like, it's interesting that it's about lies and temptation, because lying and being tempted are things that you can control in some sort of way. It's something that you have to act on and you have to do. But he's saying it's all happening to him. So I wonder exactly what's happening here. I always say make it stop instead of negaso. It's just a habit. I realize that he's not saying make it stop, but it also works for the song. So it's a habit for me to just hear something that sounds like English and grab onto it. I have a hard time not doing that, but I understand what the lyrics are. Just an FYI. I love that. This song is so fucking good. So good. I wasn't going to talk about the storyline too much and how the song relates, but since I was just kind of jamming to that, I will say that it's interesting that he's suffering and he can't, and it just keeps going on and on. And in the video we have him, his head like shaking around, and there's like different versions of him doing the same thing, and he's just stuck doing that same thing. He's stuck in the hospital bed. Even like the pillow thing, he's doing that, but J-Hope isn't there. It's like he's just stuck in the same rhythm. He's trapped. He can only do the same thing. It just keeps coming for him. So I don't know exactly. Like I said, I'm going to break down the lyrics when I do my final analysis of the storyline and see how I can find comparisons. But just a little bit of an interesting note. Okay, so on Dolsa Bangtan, RM thinks the lyrics fit V's character in the storyline of the Bangtan universe, where he suffers from traumatic family history and also suspects that V's personal secret might be hidden in the lyrics. Okay, so I just went over the Dolsa Bangtan lyrics, and it's so directly about what happened in I Need You and prior to that, whatever was happening with his sister. I'm surprised I never actually put two and two together when I was watching I Need You and have heard the song before. And of course, I've heard the live version with the incredible, incredible take on his high note there, which is my favorite thing ever. And that for some reason always gets taken down off of YouTube. So I'm not going to play it. I'm just going to play the lyrics video and go through that. Go through that. I've never actually paid attention to the lyrics past "Please Dry My Eyes." It's a good song though. It's a really good song. His voice. Ah. So obviously he's talking about having to endure it for a long time and not being able to hold back anymore, which is pretty much what we saw in I Need You. It just, everything built up to the point where he just had to do what he had to do. Such a good R&B classic song. Oh. Whew. So obviously about shattering glass, breaking glass, which he killed his father with. You who was punished in my stead, you were only delicate and fragile. So obviously he feels some responsibility that he couldn't take care of his sister, couldn't defend her as much as he would have liked. And he felt that maybe that his father was attacking her because he couldn't get to him. He couldn't abuse him the same way. She was easier, delicate, and fragile, which is really fucked up. Really messed up. The song is like, how can you groove to it knowing what it's about? But I'm trying. It's hard. Now knowing what it's about, it's hard to move to it. Oh, gives me chills every time. I'm trying to like follow along with the Korean words so I don't automatically change them into English. That's what I don't understand. So is his brother part of the story? Is there a brother, or is the person that he killed his older brother? I'm not sure exactly. I guess I will find out. But if so, then maybe he's apologizing to the man that he killed, either his older brother or his father. Or there's another brother in the story that we don't know about. Or he's talking about his Hyungs. That's totally possible. Are you calling me a sinner? Are you calling me a sinner? I mean, V unprovoked killed a man. The man wasn't coming after him. He went up to him with a bottle and he killed him. So are you calling me a sinner? Did I do the wrong thing? Am I a murderer? No. No. But you can argue that perspective as well. Oh, it's gonna hit so different. It's a heavy song. It's a really heavy song. And it's interesting too because this one is so directly about the storyline and not about B's life. Whereas Lie was about Jimin's life, as he said. JK's is about JK's life. It's just so much in there. And yes, I did catch the line about the red flowing, the blood. It's just, it hits so much, it hits so different. And I've seen so many people react to this because, like I said before, I watch reaction channels. I've watched other people react to this and not get the meaning. And I didn't get the meaning either fully. So it's just interesting. It's interesting how powerful and direct it is. Okay, we are in uncharted territory. I have not heard First Love Reflection or Mama. I've heard some of Mama, but not in full. This is Suga's. I know Suga's is super personal, so I'm gonna try not to cry. Suga's solo track, he raps how his brown piano was his first love, describing the relationship in a chronological manner. In his interview, he said, "It's a song that contains many meanings. First love refers to the piano I played when I was young, and also the only friend I had. I cried a lot when recording the track. In the second half, when I explode the feelings, I kept tearing up." Okay, so the piano, which is pivotal in Suga's scene, in Suga's short film, and then it's about having his only friend and how that progresses. Literally poetry. Like, you could put this in a poetry book and just read it. It doesn't need music. It's poetry. "I remember the time when the brown piano that's so much taller than me guided me. I looked up to you and admired you. When stroking you with my small fingers, I feel so nice, Mom, I feel so nice. My fingers walked on the keys on their own. Back then I didn't know the meaning of you. Back then it felt nice just looking at you." So this is really just going in chronological order from when he first saw a piano and didn't know anything, didn't know what joy it would bring him. "I remember around my grade school days when I became taller than you. I neglected you who I had adored so much. The image of you being abandoned with dust piling on your once shiny keys. I still didn't know the meaning of you because you were keeping your place wherever I was, but I didn't know that it'd be the last. Don't go away like this, you say. Don't worry even if I leave because you'll do well on your own. I remember when I first met you. Without my noticing, you grew up so much. Although we're putting an end to our relationship, don't ever feel sorry for me. You'll see me again in any form. Greet me again then." Oh, so he is personifying the piano. The piano is speaking back to him. Obviously, this is also about his only friend. And it's saying that you'll find your way back to me. You know, if you love something, let it go. Should he have let this go? No. But he's saying that it will come back. Everything will be okay in the end, and you'll find each other because that's what you were destined to do. He talks about his crushed shoulder, which we know about his car accident. And then it ends with them coming back together and him he's saying he's never going to leave the piano again, even though sometimes it's hard. Sometimes that's the last thing that he wants to do. Those lyrics are amazing. I'm excited to see what the song sounds like. And I hope these lyrics are somewhat right so I know where we are. I already have a chill that just ran through my body.
어릴 적 집안의 구석 한켠에 자리 잡은 갈색 피아노 그때 기억해 내 키보다 훨씬 더 컸던 갈색 피아노 그게 나를 이끌 때 널 우러러보며 동경했었네 작은 손가락으로 널 어루만질 때 I feel so nice, mom, I feel so nice 그저 손 가던 대로 거닐던 건반 그때 너의 의미를 몰랐었네 바라보기만 해도 좋았던 그때 그때 기억해 초등학교 무렵 내 키가 너의 키보다 더 커졌던 그때
The piano swelling and the fact that pretty much the only instrumental we get is the piano is very, very fitting and very nice.
그토록 동경했던 널 등하시하며 배고 갔던 건 방구 위 먼지가 쌓여가며 방치됐던 네 모습 그때도 몰랐었지 너의 의미 내가 어디 있던 넌 항상 그 자리 지켰으니 그런데 그게 마지막 이럴 줄 몰랐네 이대로 가지마 You say 내가 떠나도 걱정은 하지마 넌 스스로 잘 해낼 테니까 널 처음 만났던 그때가 생각나 어느새 훌쩍 커버렸네 네가 우리 관계 마침표를 찍지만 절대 내게 미안해 하지마 어떤 형태로도 날 다시 만나게 될 거야 그때 반갑게 다시 맞아줘 그때 기억해 까맣게 잊고 있었던 널 다시 마주했던 때 14살 무렵 어색도 잠시 다시 널 어루만졌지 긴 시간 떠나 있어도 절대 거부감 없이 날 받아줬던 너 위라
The way he's rapping on this is so different than how he would usually rap. Like he's got the Suga style, he's got the Augusty style, but he's like talking. He's having a conversation with his piano, and that's all that matters.
새벽을 지나서 둘이서 함께 맞는 아침 영원히 넌 나의 손을 놓지 마 나도 다시 널 놓지 않을 테니까 그때 기억해 나의 10대의 마지막을 함께 불태웠던 너 그래 한치 앞도 빼지 않던 그때 울고 웃고 너와 함께 웃어 그 순간조차 이제는 추억으로 박살난 어깨를 잡고 말했지 나 더 이상은 진짜 못하겠다고 포기하고 싶던 그때마다 곁에서 난 말했지 새끼야 너는 진짜 할 수 있다고 그래 그때 기억해 지치고 방황했었던 절망의 깊은 수렁에 빠졌던 그때 내가 널 밀어내고 널
Oh my god.
원망했던 넌 꿋꿋이 내 곁을 지켰지 말 안 해도 그러니 절대 너는 내 손을 놓지 마 두 번 다시 내가 널 놓지 않을 테니까 나의 탈세 그리고 내 삶의 끝 그 모든 걸 지켜봐 너일 테니까 내 기억의 구석 한켠에 자리 잡은 갈색 피아노 어릴 적 집안의 구석 한켠에 자리 잡은 갈색 피아노
The strings. Well, that was a gorgeous, gorgeous song with the piano swelling, the strings coming in. It was so orchestral, and it was so much like exactly what he said. It's not even, I didn't even feel his pain. It was just an explosion of an emotion, of varying different emotions. He was happy, he was sad, he was hurt, he was content. Everything just swelled up in his voice. I am not surprised at all that he was crying during that, especially it being so personal to him, and I can see that. And I love that it told a story. I love songs like this. There was no like catchy chorus. There was no line, like other than the first line and the end lines, nothing repeated. And the reason why those repeated was because that's exactly how the story flowed. It was from the meeting to coming back to the piano. And I love that it told a story instead of having to follow exactly what you would expect a song to do with a chorus and a bridge and all of that. It didn't need that. It just needed pure raw vocals from Suga. That's another thing I need to get into is his Augusty albums with The Last. I know is super emotional as well. I haven't heard it. I'm glad that I read the lyrics first because I've cried too much on this channel. Let's be honest. Okay, so reflection. He goes to Tuksum when he's having a hard time or a lot of thoughts. He wrote the song while sitting down in Tuksum. The background noise in the beginning is what he recorded with his cell phone at the time. RM made this song as something that he would play for himself when he takes a walk at night in Tuksum along Han River or somewhere outside. The title Reflection reflects his desire to introspect himself and reflect himself through his music. Okay, so I just went over the Dulcet Bangtan lyrics. He's talking about being on the Han River. He's talking about the coexistence of good and bad, positivity and negativity in himself, and reflecting on that and accepting that both those are a part of him. And there's a part in here, I'll mention it when it comes to it, but I really enjoyed the storytelling element of it. And these noises are what he actually recorded on his cell phone when he was in Tuksum. I don't know how to pronounce it. By the Han River. Which is super freaking cool to put in a song. Even this reminds me of like water running or water droplets.
I know every life's a movie. We got different stars and stories. We got different nights and mornings. Our scenarios ain't just boring. 나는 이 영화가 너무 재밌어. 매일매일 잘 찍고 싶어. 난 날 쓰다듬어 주고 싶어. 날 쓰다듬어 주고 싶어. 근데 말야 가끔 나는 내가 너무너무 미워. 사실과나 자주 나는 내가 너무 미워. 내가 너무 미울 때는 뚝섬에 와. 그냥 서있어 익숙한 어둠과 웃고 있는 사람들과 나를 웃게 하는데 슬며시 다가와서 나의 손을 잡는 fear. 괜찮아 다 둘셋이니까 나도 친구가 있으면 좋잖아.
So he's talking about how fear is holding his hand. Fear is that friend that he has at all times. I love that he was saying that I want to caress myself, but sometimes I really hate myself. You want to give yourself the love and caring that you need, but that's really hard sometimes, obviously. If you are insecure or fearful or have any misgivings about yourself and what that means. This instrumental is so surreal. This is the part. I love this part. Hey, you walking over the Han River. If we bump into each other while passing, would it be fate? Also, Bangtan had something else that said, a friend across the river. And it's interpreting friend as a random stranger that, you know, you're just accepting as your friend because it looks like they're in the same boat as you. Essentially, he's seeing somebody else alone across the river. And he's also alone. And they're the only ones that are alone. So maybe they're going through the same thing. And maybe it's fate that they could meet that day. And it's so interesting that it doesn't seem like they're on the same side of the river, or at least they're not right next to each other. And it's like they will never actually cross paths.
어쩜 수없이 부딪혔을지도 몰라. 어둠 속에서 사람들은 나보다 행복해 보이네. 다들 자기가 있을 곳을 아는데 나만 할 일 없이 걷네. 그래도 여기 섞여 있는 게 더 편해. 밤을 삼키고 숨은 나에게 정말 다른 세상을 건네. 나는 자유롭고 싶다. 자유에게서 자유롭고 싶다. 지금은 행복한데 불행하니까 나는 나를 보내 뚝섬에서. Yeah.
I feel this so much. Feeling of being happy but unhappy, wanting to be free of freedom. I feel that so hard. You got the clapping from the beginning of his recording. This is perfect for his short film because I feel like in his short film it's when he finally kind of gave up. Okay, Mama by J-Hope, which is like an outlier complete outlier on this. It's the most poppy one. I feel like this and Begin are probably the outliers in terms of the tone. But this is J-Hope's solo track. He puts the emotion that he's been having about his mother since childhood. I think this is one of BTS' songs you'll appreciate even more once you understand the lyrics, especially since the song carries this personal, maybe not so bright story that is hidden in the uplifting sound. So we already know BTS does this. Again, I don't know the song past Hey Mama. Like, that's all I know. So I'm excited to get into these lyrics. Okay, so already very powerful. The first verse talks about how his mom was always there to support him, despite his dad maybe not supporting him, wanting to go dance, and that they had a lot of financial issues, so she had to go to a different city to work, and how she was always supporting him, and now he can be the son that can support her back, that she can lean on, which is crazy. That is not what I thought the song was about at all. My favorite line in this is, "You're my own everlasting placebo." That is such an amazing way to refer to a mom who loves you more than anything and gives you so much support and happiness. Like, it's not something you can literally take, and it's not tangible. It's not something that it will chemically change how you're feeling, like a pill, but it still gives you that. It's a placebo. It's not something that's actually doing anything. It's eternal, his mother's love for him, and he will always get that feeling when she's around. I love that. Also, his film really messed me up, so, like, despite it being so poppy, it messed me up. The instruments are so funky. I love it. Ooh. I love that. Always go away. That's so a J-Hope thing. She must feel so fucking happy to have a song written about her. Like, such a good song. Oh my gosh, like, the appreciation that he has for his mother is insane. Hey mama. Hey mama. Hey mama. Hey mama. Hey mama, I'm sorry mama. 하늘 같은 은혜 이제 알았어 mama. Hey mama, so thanks mama. 내게 피와 살이 되어 주셨어 mama. 분동이 그 PC방, 브로드웨이 레스토랑 가정 위에 두 발 뛰는 베테랑. 실패는 성공의 어머니. He worked 2 jobs to be able to give him his dream. This is like the perfect story about a mom and a son. And it's true. Like, it's crazy. Hey mama. Hey mama. Hey mama. Ooh. Nice. Nice add-in.
Hello, mom.
So sweet. So sweet. Our sunshine, Hobie. The question is now, okay, so this one is the one that probably least connects with his short film. We've got the word placebo, which we know J-Hope is addicted to pills. So potentially in this world, maybe his mom wasn't there for him and he did need something that wasn't his mother to help him, and that was pills. Or we did see V's, the painting of V's photograph of V's mother in J-Hope's as well. So I wonder if that's him longing for his mother that wasn't there in this universe. That would be my take on it. I know I didn't want to talk about the storyline too much, but we're getting clapping in, just like RM's. I like how that connects a little bit. Oh, so good. We haven't had one bad song yet, and I already know I like Awake, so this was a freaking killer album. Killer solos. Okay, so we've got Awake, which is Jin's solo track, the first song that he participated in composition. The first two lines were written by Bang PD, and RM participated in writing the rest of the lyrics. RM praised the melody making skill of J-Hope and Jin in this track. The lyrics represent Jin's personality. That was the most vague one. So the first two lines were written by Bang PD, so it's not that I'm believing in it, I'm just trying to endure it. Okay, so he's talking about 6 flower petals, which might be representative of the BTS members, and how well they're doing potentially, and how he wants to fly like a bird with wings. It's almost like he's struggling between wanting to struggle, like he said, and wanting to fly and not being able to. Okay, this is the last song, and what a song to end on. This photo of him is kind of odd, but that's okay. I didn't know it started like that. I want to try holding out because that is all I can do.
꿈꾸고 싶어 그래도 말야 떠날 때가 됐는걸 Yeah, it's my truth It's my truth 온통 상처 투성이겠지 But it's my faith It's my faith
Sorry, but this line, but it's my fate, still I want to struggle and fight. That reminds me of him being in that room with the scratch marks on the door. Like he was destined to be there, but he was never going to give up. And then wanting to fly and he can't. He's realizing his limits, his potential limits, but he's still going as far as he can. Ooh. This flow is different for Jin. Ooh. Okay, I like how that changed up the instruments in the back. It like dropped down and now it's building up a little bit, but it's so soft. Once again, it reminds me of him being in the room. Like maybe he was just in that room, locked in that room. and he was wide awake the entire time. And he's telling himself not to cry, not to, I don't know, maybe not to lie to himself about what's happening, or I'm not sure. And then it builds up again. You know that. That note that he hits in the background. Oh. I can't believe how hard it cuts off at the end. Jeez. That was the Wings solos, the lyrics for all of them. I'm sorry that I cut out some of my reading of the Dulcet Bonton, but some of them are just very clear, and I knew that they were going to be in the color-coded, at least to some extent. They would have the same meaning. The color-coded usually isn't that bad for the translations. It's just not as precise or doesn't have that extra information that Dulcet Bonton has. I don't really mind the color-coded when comparing. So I did read all of them on Dulcet Bonton. I put in some of the clips of me doing that, but trust me, I read every single word. And you know what? Every single one of those songs was a masterpiece. Every single one, without fail, was a masterpiece. And I enjoyed that so much. They definitely have some things that relate to the storyline, which I'm going to write down once I'm at the point where I'm ready to tell you guys my theory or whatever I think at the end. Overall, just the songs, even without being related to the storyline, are just so great. I love how personal some of those were. And you know what? Even Jin's, it didn't say in the explanation that it was personal to him exactly, but I'm getting the feeling that it was. Like, I'm getting the feeling like maybe he did feel like that at some point, that he wasn't as good as some other people, or that he couldn't make it as big, because as we know, he wasn't a singer before BTS. So I don't know. And he was older as well, so he was already starting as going to be an older idol than the rest of the members, even just by a little bit. So maybe he did have some of those reservations behind him, but I enjoyed that. I loved it so much. I'm sorry the video was so long, but I hope you enjoyed going through them with me. There was so much going on. There's a lot of singing. There was a lot of feeling. I'm glad I didn't cry for like the 5th time on this channel, but trust me, every word hit me, and I honestly have a lot to think about. Like, some of them hit me personally. I could relate to some of them, and I could long for the feeling of some of them. And some of them I just have to think about in terms of my appreciation for BTS and how much more I appreciate them every day that I learn something new. So thank you so much if you watch this video to the end, and thank you so much if you subscribe to my channel. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know your favorite song. Let me know anything you want about this or about anything else, even your day. And I will see you in the next video.